feel one side, create a gradient, all the technical stuff. But now we're going to move to alternation. Okay. And we're going to do this pretty simply. Okay. We're going to do something bilateral first. I'm going to do a straight leg sit up. Okay. Followed by an alternating dead bug variation. And then we'll do something against the wall, because the wall standing is ultimately our goal. We need to, being able to feel our abs and standing is, pretty important, obviously. So we want to work on that. And this would be, if you're somebody with wide ribs, we're about to go through would potentially be, or what we just did would be a great warm up prior to singing, because it's going to balance your ribs out. Okay. So this would be more advanced than the last thing, but still, they're both great options. Okay. So here we go. And we're gonna go right into a straight leg sit up. So I'm gonna reach my arm up. I'm gonna breathe in. Other arm up. Kind of helps me to get abs on one side. And here, again, I'm not so worried about. I want to do a long exhale, and I want to move slowly enough that is the case. But what I'm finding is, and I'm just kind of focusing on one side a little bit more versus the other. But the point is that my exhale is maybe a little less important here, just because we're moving. Still important, but the main thing is that I just want you to be able to feel your abs, because they'll come into play in a moment. Okay, so the next activity is we're going to do an alternating dead bug. So alternating dead bug, I'm going to push my hands on my knees. I'm going to breathe in. As I exhale, just going to extend one leg and extend the other leg. So again, I'm still reaching my shoulder blades apart, but I'm creating pressure into my knees. I'm just having to contract one side versus the other as I move. You find that your back is arching, or this is too much, you could also just tap your heels as you go. But again, this is an alternating contraction. It helps me to compress one side versus the other. And I'm just sinking my leg extensions with my exhale. Kind of pushing my hand into my knee, up a non-working leg. Right, we're going to go ahead and stand up. So this next thing here is we're going to do a wall supported position. So heavier on this right-hand side. Okay, I'm going to bring my elbow into my side. I want to get heavy through this side. I'm going to breathe in. Find my arm. As I exhale, I'm going to alternate to the other side. What I don't want to do is pull my head forward. So for this first set, what we'll do is we'll actually focus just on this side. I'm thinking just reaching my hand forward. So my ribs drop, my reach goes forward as I exhale. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So I'm heavy on the left-hand side. And as I'm reaching, I feel my ribs drop in response to that without my head being pulled forward or my chest being pulled forward. I want you to be able to feel your ribs sort of contract and drop into your hand a little bit there. All right, we're going to go back to our straight leg sit up. Come back onto your back here. Same thing. All right, I'm going to get hand on one side. And this just gives me the emphasis of just maybe doing a little bit more of a side, not a side bend, but just a movement to the side. And it just helps me to feel one side doing work versus the other. Inhaling at the bottom, exhaling as we come up. Again, I would rather you go slow in this because the slower we move, the more time we have under tension for abdominals. It's a good thing. Do one more. All right, so we did this last time. I'm going to add a layer to it. Okay, so we'll go like this, and you can stick with the level that we were just working on, but the way this one works is I'm going to breathe in. So I'm kind of creating tension as I inhale by pushing my knee into the block, and then I go like that. So we'll focus on one side versus the other for 30 seconds. Exhaling as I pull over. Okay, and then we go ahead and switch sides. One more. All right, so now let's go ahead and stand up. So for this next one, we focused on one side at a time before. You can continue to do that for sure, but let's try this. Okay, let's get heavy on this right hand side. And then I'm pushing my elbow into the wall a little bit to get abs. Breathe in. Then I'm gonna exhale. Shift my weight across. So kind of feeling my waist and the pressure through my feet, as well as the abdominal tissue shift from side to side here. Heavy on my right. Heavy on my left. Keep this tension, breathe in. One more. All right, and last round. So going back to our straight leg sit up one more time. Yeah, hopefully by now you're feeling it quite a bit. We're gonna stick with the same thing here. So again, I'm holding onto this side, breathe in. Go ahead, switch sides. Ten seconds, 15 seconds, actually. Two more reps. And last one. All right, so let's go back to our dead bug. We'll stick with this one because I liked it. It felt good. So we're Reach your arms up. You're gonna breathe in. You can always do this one also. Breathe in. And so if you're syncing your breathing with this rep, as we exhale, we move. The rep is very slow. And we're only extending out as far as we can control, meaning the rep might look like that, or it might look like that. But either way, I want it slow. Go ahead, switch sides. All right, last round. Let's go ahead and hit the wall. Or breathe on the wall, whatever you prefer. The wall joke. All right, let's do our thing. So we're gonna hold here, breathe in, get heavy on this side, use my elbow to help me to kind of find a little bit of tension here. Finding your abs in this way is a skill. We can use these tools to practice or to help us to initially find abs, but over time we can do things like this where, again, I'm closer to midline, harder to find abs, but we're challenging the ability to do it. Or we can go back to wide like this. Pushing the elbow into the wall, that's helping me. All right, guys, and we're all